Hi, welcome to Hima's kitchen. Today we are coming to make yam and plantain with spinach sauce. And with this, there is no recipe. There is no recipe because I believe everyone is a queen or a king in his or her own kitchen. So I have here spinach. You can use baby spinach if you can't find the big ones. So this is how they look like. This, wash nicely and then chop them. So if you don't have that one, you can do the baby spinach. And then I have here beef. I have tomatoes, I have onions, I have cubes, and then I have some pepper, I have some garlic here, and then I have boiled eggs, I have mackerel, what we call in Ghana salmon, and then I have adrene. Yes, adrene. Smoked fish. And then I have momoni. And then I have wele here. Wele is the cow skin. My house, we call it jellyfish, thanks to my daughter. And then I have egusi here. Yes. And then this is my peeled plantain and then yam there. So let's dive in. As I said, no recipe. Obiya or hema in the kitchen, and now hen in the kitchen. Let's get started. So with our pot on fire, we'll be preparing the egusi. So I'm adding water to that, and then in goes two piece garlics like shown. That's to season the egusi. And then I'll add in salt. So the salt, you use the quantity that's okay for you, depending on how much you like salt. And then you just mix like I'm doing, and then set aside. That goes into the stew later on. So just rinsing my hands and then set that aside. So the pot is hot. We're just adding in an oil, and the oil, I forgot to mention it in the ingredients, so my oil is a bit caked because it's cold here. So that's the beef, and I'm using the soft parts, so no need to steam it before. So with that, I'll be seasoning it with salt, and then aniseed. I have the powdered one. So on goes some salt cube. You can use any cube you have. I'm using onga. If you have Maggi, that's fine. So I took about half, and then that is the aniseed powder, just a little, and then garlic powder. So whatever seasoning you have, you can add it. As I said, there is no recipe to this. We are just creating our own recipe. You don't have to follow this strictly as I'm doing. You can substitute the beef with something else. So we just mix like that just to get the seasoning into the meat. Yes, and then we'll set that aside with our oil still on fire, heating up. You mix thoroughly to get the seasoning to all the part of the meat. Oops, I dropped one. Yes, so checking on the oil, looking good. As we can see, the oil is hot. Oil nice. So we'll put in our meat. So as I said, if your meat is the tough part, you have to steam it before, otherwise they'll be tough. They'll be difficult to chew on. So I'm using the soft part, the ones that can be used for steak or stir fry. So I'm just frying it. So whilst that is on fire, I'll just cut a little bit of onion into that. You can skip this. You can either put in the onion first before the meat, so however you want it. It's your kitchen, it's your rules. So you stir like that, and then I'll continue to prepare my vegetables for the stew as the beef is on fire. So I'm chopping my onion. You can do it however you want, big, tiny. I'll be chopping some into really soft pieces, small pieces, sorry, and then the rest will be just like I'm doing now, which will be used later. So we're just checking on the meat and it's looking good. That's how it's looking now. So I'm adding the momoni, the stinky salted fish, if that's the English name. So the momoni is in there. So the momoni is going to diffuse its flavor also into the meat and the oil. Momoni really smells bad, but it tastes good. So in goes the chopped onions. That onion will be used later. Stir well, and then let it be on fire for like a minute. That is our plantain. We'll set on the fire now. We are adding salt. The salt is to your taste. It's your kitchen, your rules. So go ahead and add the tomatoes now. So I used 2 medium-sized tomatoes. Yes, roughly chopped garlic and pepper. So pepper also, you use the quantity you want. In goes our cooked cow skin. And then the smoked dry fish. Please make sure to wash this with hot water, as I did off camera. It's really important. So you stir that in. Let the stew get into the beef, the cow skin, the smoked fish. So at this point we are adding our melon seeds or agushi. Rinse the bowl so nothing will be wasted. We'll check back on to see how it's doing. Make sure the heat is on low to avoid burning. Cover it again and give it about 5 minutes. We want to make sure the agushi is well cooked so that we don't have to visit the toilet. So I tasted for salt and seasoning. I realized I needed more since I'll be adding in the spinach. So I added 1.5 onga. So someone will be thinking, why didn't you add the salmon? That will come in last because I don't want them disappearing in the stew. So we are adding our spinach now. Make sure you drain the spinach because we don't want the stew so watery. So we cover it. Our plantain and yam is done. So we just drain the water and then put the plantain in water. Make sure you season the water with salt, so we can keep the salt we used in cooking it from beginning. So we are checking on the stew. It's really doing well. Just stir to make sure the stew and the spinach is well mixed, like I'm doing. After that, you can add the onion. You can skip this process if you want. I like to taste onion when I'm eating my palava sauce or consomme with yam, a bit of crunch. So I'm washing my salmon, and then in goes the salmon into the stew, and then the eggs will come in later with extra pepper, like so. So our stew is almost done. So those pepper is in for those who like extra spicy. So you can just crush one in if you want your sauce so hot. Otherwise, you can add it from the beginning if you're someone who likes spicy food. So I'm just stirring gently to avoid the salmon from breaking. And then we'll cover this. The last time we check on it, it will be done. The house smells so good, guys. I wish you guys were here to taste. Taste for salt and seasoning. Add more if needed. Voila, our stew is done. Thank you very much for your time. Make sure you like this video, comment below. I'd love to read your feedbacks. Please make sure you try this, my ohema and ahemfo. We are all kings and queens in our own kitchen. Everyone can cook. Everyone is a good cook. Even the great chefs do make mistakes sometimes. So if you try and you fail, try again. Practice makes perfect, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, and share. Until next time, bye.